This wonderful boy can smell danger from afar. No, you do not get it. I mean, this wonderful, incredible boy can literally smell danger from afar. He has a superheroic sense of smell that can detect death, weakness, wickedness, danger, anger, frustration, depression, and so on. All he has to do is to come very close to you, and he will perceive the author of how weak or how evil you are or you are about to become. This is wonderful. It all started when the boy was 9 years old. He was coming back from school and he ran into a critical motor accident. The hit and run car hit him down and ran away. The boy was bleeding helplessly from the nose that day. Immediately, some drivers and passersby stopped to help him. They carried him into an ambulance and rushed him to the hospital. Before they could get to the hospital, the boy is already in coma. Treatment was proceeded, but he was not yet conscious, for he was breathing with an oxygen in a coma. He stayed for 4 good days in coma, and when he woke up, he was never the same person ever again. The first word that came out from his mouth is, "This hospital smells like hell." Those words shocked both his parents and the hospital attendants that were with him there, and they were so worried about his mental health, considering the fact that he must have hit his head on the ground and had a mental issue when they had the accident. So they decided to evaluate his mental stability. After checking up on his brain, they discovered that his brain is still okay, and every other part of his body and his vitals are still okay. But the boy continued saying what he's saying. He went to his father and said, "Daddy, you don't smell bad." He went to his mother and said, "Mom, you smell like pain. And the pain is too big that if you continue smelling like this, I bet you can be dead in 3 days' time." The mother shocked. Even the father scolded him to stop saying things like that, and they warned him to desist from dangerous words like that. Finally, they took him home, thinking it was over, but that was just the beginning. The major strike that broke the camel's back occurred when they went home. Few weeks later, the boy went straight to their neighbors and said, "Sir, I smell blood in this compound, and I'm warning you, if you people go to work today, nobody will come back alive." That was not just a bad word coming out from a 9-year-old kid. It was meant to be punished for that. The father was told about it, and he took the boy and flogged him mercilessly. After the punishments, he sent him in and he locked him up, telling him that not only will he not go to school that day, he will not eat his meals until he comes back to his senses and stops telling evil to people. When the worst happened was that when these people came back home in the evening, they received the bad news that the neighbor, as well as all his family members, had died in a fatal motor accident. Now, it became so clear to them that their kid is no more normal. Is either he is possessed by an evil spirit, or he is transformed by an evil spirit. Rumors started going around in the vicinity that the boy was the cause of the man's death, that the boy had been possessed by an evil spirit which had manipulated the man and caused the death of the whole family. So the father organized with the mother, and they quickly packed out from that location and went and rented an apartment in a very far community away from where they were living before, and settled down. Then the father called his son into a room and spoke to him, saying, "Son, tell me, how do you know these wonderful, terrifying things that you know?" And the son explained in details. He said that on that day that he went into coma, an angel of death visited him in the spiritual realm, where he was wandering about, not even knowing that he had died or fainted. So the angel of death told him to come with him, that he is dead, but he refused because he couldn't believe that he was no more alive. The angel of death grabbed him on the shoulder by force and started dragging him, but all of a sudden, an angel appeared with their grandfather on the right hand side of the angel. The grandfather spoke to the angel, saying, "This is my young little grandson. Do not allow death to take him now, for he has a lot of mission to fulfill on earth." Now, the white angel moved forward and stopped the angel of death from taking the boy to death, and grabbed the boy on his hand and took him to his grandfather. Then the angel disappeared. The angel of death also disappeared. It was remaining the boy and his grandfather. So his grandfather looked him in the eye and said, "My grandchild, now that you fought death and conquered, I shall give you a unique ability that shall help you to stop others from coming here untimely." That was when the grandfather touched the nose of the kid. All of a sudden, the boy started sneezing and sneezing heavily in that dream. It was after that sneezing that he suddenly woke up in real life on the 4th day of his coma. After the boy explained this to his father, the father, not only shocked, was also confused completely as to how to believe what he has heard. But he has to believe because seeing what his son has been doing, he thinks the son has a very good way of convincing him. A few months later, the father and the mother came together and called the boy, saying, "Son, would you like to use your gift to save the world as your grandfather has requested?" The boy answered, "Yes, father." And they said to him, "We shall enroll you in a police force academy. There you shall study and become a very good detective. That way you can use your gift to save lives with the power that shall come with it. Coupled with the power of the law, you shall save many lives from death. Do you understand?" The son agreed to that and happily accepted that invitation from his parents. Days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months, and months turned to years. Few years later, the boy graduated from the Academy of Police and he became the best officer ever mentioned. His fellow officers nicknamed him Agent Chukwuma, the best in the world. And indeed, he was the best in the world. Last year, the United Nations Organization invited him to Iran to help bring down the world's most terrorist organization in the world, ISIS. This is a case that has taken years to solve, and many that have tried to solve it have failed. But the moment the boy got there, the 33-year-old Chukwuma used 6 good weeks to bring down not just the terrorist group, but also the elites that have been funding it from behind in the governments and in the politics. He was so amazed as to how fast he was. This made the President of the United States of America say, "We have never seen anyone like this before," and he was given an award. Moral lesson: some disappointments are meant to be blessings. All we need is to look forward and hope forward for the good side of everything that we've gone through in life. Thank you for watching this wonderful movie. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Thank you.